The Rod Farver's got a question. I got a question. I don't know how many more minutes you've got.
Hit me. What's up, Kane's ball? Hit me.
We know that this dead period hopefully is going to open up on June 1st. That's the date that's targeted. And then we're hearing from all these schools across the nation that they're going to have all these weekend visits. So they're lined up.
It's about to go down.
Yeah. So the Rod Farva's asking who the next Miami commit's going to be. I don't want to nail you down to that type of prediction, but just in regards to who's on the radar.
I'll give you a name. Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond, athlete, wants to play offense, but all the big-time folks are offering him to play defense. Georgia, Bama offering him to play cornerback, defensive back. Miami's allowing him to play wide receiver. This could play a big part. He wants to play wide receiver at the next level. Could play a big part in us getting a really good 4-star athlete in open space, which we need that speed back on the Miami team again. So I say Isaiah Bond. I could also say Armella, big-time offensive tackle. Now, he was at Columbus, now went back to St. Thomas Aquinas, which is where he was his first 2 years before he transferred to Columbus. He hasn't necessarily made a commitment date just yet. I just think Miami is making such great ground with him that it could be, to answer the question, that could be the next young man to put pencil to paper, is how I like to say it, and commit, not necessarily pen to paper and sign, but pencil to paper.
Julian Armella is a top 15 rated player in the state. So that's way up there.
Bad man, Mark. That's a bad man, Mark.
12th rated offensive tackle in the country.
Not too many can't miss prospects, Mark. He's in your backyard. Unfortunately, his parents did decide to go to Tallahassee, which they're from Florida, and everybody who understands, as much as we love that $48K a semester is a lot of freaking money. Okay. And they're private. They don't really like to hand out a lot of scholarships. So you end up having a lot of people who may be Miami Hurricanes football fans that end up having to go to a Tallahassee or go to a UF, go to a Florida A&M because they're public institutions. And it's like a quarter for, if we're being honest, probably a very similar degree as far as what you're really learning. So, of course, I'm always going to think Miami is number one, the greatest education, because I'm a fanatic. I love the U, but at the end of the day, I get it. I get it. Unless you're military or an athlete, you got to try to figure out a way to get all these thousands of dollars paid on your own. Okay, and his family is Tallahassee alums, but that program is such a dumpster fire that's not burning out at all. It's only getting worse and worse and worse, and I'd love to see it. It's the greatest thing ever. It's like being able to put whipped cream on cheesecake. It's already good, but when you put that whipped cream on there, it makes it even better. So it's good.
Falcon ERX, thank you so much for the second super chat. Send us a super sticker. Now send us a super chat. Thank you for that, Falcon ERX, who actually has made a couple comments here in the last week or two, just letting people know that we don't expect everyone to contribute because we know people are in different situations out there. I have tons of respect, and I've been in certain places in my life, believe me, when I couldn't handle what I was confronted with in regards to bills and obligations. So, but just keep in mind that we're here delivering college football content every day, and revenue streams will have to be available to us to continue to do this. And so anything that you can do is much appreciated. So Falcon ERX says here, Florida's wide open. Miami is ready to show off the U to the recruits. Thank you once again, Falcon ERX.
He's correct. But the way that UF, man, at the end of the day, Mark, it is about what you do on that football field. But for them to be able to have these big bowl game wins, back to back to back, 10+ win seasons, and not be able to pull in top 3 or 4 recruiting classes, it's well known that their staff is about whoever walks their door, I'm going to develop them to be the best player that they can be, as opposed to going out and getting the best players, plus developing them to be the best players that they can be. It's not good. It's not. I mean, it's good for us at Miami, but it's really weird how good of a program they could be if they added recruiting as a big influx there. Because if you win in this state, the players will come. That's what matters to these players, is winning. Because if you're winning, then you're going to be equating All-Americans. You get enough All-Americans on the field, and those guys are going to turn into NFL draft picks. First-round NFL draft picks. You start doing that, you got winning, you got All-Americans, you got first-round draft picks, you're in big-time bowl games, you're winning a couple of those big-time bowl games. Now you're going to start bringing in those recruits, but they just don't put the same effort in the recruiting. Miami, on the other hand, puts all the effort in the recruiting, and we ain't been developing them. So it's kind of a two-sided coin of somewhat of the same issue